It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil with 0 guests.
Okay.
On this Friday, June 28th, episode 219. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's wine time. Actually, we do the hashtag it is wine time because I always feel weird doing the hashtag it's wine time because there's no apostrophe. You can't use an apostrophe.
Nope, can't use it in Coeur d'Alene either.
No, you cannot.
That's not.
Today we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so
We have a whole lot to talk
we really do. We're setting up for the
We should
for the
skip all
4th.
this.
I know all these notes. Red, white, and blue wines. Now, remember last week we talked about trying to find a blue wine, and we did. I don't think we're 100% happy with our result, but it is what it is. So now, Shelley, I ask you the question. What order do we do this in?
Blue.
Blue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to tell everyone what this blue wine is?
It is Borrasca Blue Demi-Sec. And it's a sparkling wine. It has a really pretty label. So blue wines can be a natural blue color. This one is not. This one has natural color added. And so that's why we're not so happy about that. But we did find a couple of blue wines that actually are made from the grape skins. Pretty, huh?
It is really blue.
One of them is Cassane wine at georgegraywinery.com. And theirs is called Shade Blue. And they call it a wine-based alcohol beverage. So I don't know what else is in there. It's 14.5% alcohol, and it does get the color from the skins. And then there's another one called Amor Genieve. They say they're the first naturally blue wine. And I'm trying to figure out how, because it's a combination of Verdejo and Chardonnay.
Oh, my God.
And 13.5%
Talk about
alcohol.
cotton candy.
This one is? It supposedly isn't sweet.
Well,
This one smells like cotton candy? Or are you talking about the Verdejo Chardonnay?
this smells like cotton candy to me.
I'm not getting that.
To health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, romance,
Peace on earth.
and happy 4th of July, America.
It tastes like cotton candy. It's pretty sweet. But it's not bad. Isn't this a Prosecco, though?
No, this is from France.
Oh, that was the other one we saw.
Yeah.
I'll just sit that there.
I know you're in the middle of talking about things, so I don't want to interrupt you.
No, I'm done with those.
Okay, so let's talk about the social web wine words of the week. Demi-Sec. You just said Demi-Sec.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain yourself?
A Demi-Sec is like half sweet. That's what it translates into. So it is a type of wine that is off dry to sweet. Definitely a Demi-Sec, this is. And that's a French word, right? It's usually a sparkling wine with a dosage of 33 to 50 grams of sugar per liter. And this range allows for a hint of sweetness without being overly sweet. I guess it's not overly sweet. We don't really like sweet wines, but I think people who do like sweet wines would like this, and people who don't like sweet wines would still probably like this.
Yeah, it's not overly sweet, is it?
That's so pretty.
That's two. Well, this past week we had a Lambrusco. I didn't put it on the notes. In fact, looking at the notes, I have hardly anything about some wines we enjoyed this week, but I have them pulled up on my Vivino app, and we'll go over those later. But yeah, Demi-Sec. So there's kind of a grading scale for these.
Demi-Secs?
Well, yeah, there's brut, very dry, less than 12 grams of sugar per liter. You've got dry, which is an off-dry, 17 to 33 grams of sugar per liter. Then we have the Demi-Sec, which is what we're having today, an off-dry to sweet, 33 to 50 grams of sugar per liter. And then Deux. D-O-U-X.
D-O-U-X.
Deux.
Okay.
That's sweet, more than 50 grams of sugar per liter.
So if you want a sweet wine, look for that one, D-O-U-X, on the label.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I was expecting not to like this.
That's not bad, right?
Nope. I would say it's not bad at all. Pleasant.
Pleasant.
We haven't done that for a while.
No.
Okay. What is next?
The white. The Riesling. Colter's Creek.
Should we? Yes. Well, we'll do. Oh, I'm so confused. Should we take a break and come? No, we have a lot to. Let's go ahead and do this. This is the Colter's Creek 2021 Riesling. $25. I can't get it straight. At
Coeur d'Alene FRESH?
Down at Coeur d'Alene FRESH, yes.
Oh, we're putting it in a red glass.
We are. I've got my reasons for doing things. All right. So now we have that.
Right.
Ooh, we're going to do the red, white, and blue once we see it up there. That'll be fun. Nope, that's the blue. This is very, very, very unusual. Okay. Colter's Creek. We can also say this is in honor of Idaho Wine Month, the last Friday of Idaho Wine Month.
That's true.
Hashtag. Cheersing.
Cheersing. This is a nice Riesling, but it's not dry.
But it's not super sweet. It's 12% alcohol, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is nice to have a 12% alcohol wine.
Yeah.
What was this one?
11.
11. Oh, that's because it hasn't taken all the sugar out.
Yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, you see a white and blue. And that will be kind of fun. Let's see if we can. You know, one of the things that Marla does down at Coeur d'Alene FRESH, if you're a part of the wine club, Shelley, is she puts little things.
You stole one, huh?
No,
You borrowed it?
Well, no, she said take it. I don't know. Let's see.
Turn it around, I think.
Turn around.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's a little butterfly.
It's on a magnet. And all their wine club members have their own little cubby.
Yep.
And if she puts one of those on there, that means you have a chance for a special.
Well, I did. I had 20% off.
If you don't take advantage of it, it flies to the next person.
It does fly to the next person. And so we have one of those sitting in the refrigerator. No.
We're going to need our dump.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right.
Trust me. I'm a doctor.
No, you're not.
I'm Dr. Phil.
But I'll trust you.
So anyway, yeah. And they are open Fridays and Saturdays all the way through summer. Usually music both nights. It's very, very fun. You know, I had in the notes about preconceptions. We say you shouldn't have preconceptions. Mm-hmm. I went into that first sparkler with preconceptions, and it was not bad. So I wanted to mention, so this is the Friday before the 4th. It's kind of why we're doing this, but we're also going to touch on some wines you can have during the summer for barbecue and sunshine and hotness. and beautiful outdoorsy things, as well as some tasting room etiquette. But this Thursday, Shelley's going to be in a parade.
Yes.
The Divas are down on
The
Sherman.
Blazing Divas will be in a parade.
I
4th of
love
July.
a parade.
We've been practicing our 2 routines.
Can you tell those songs?
Nope.
Okay.
It's going to be a surprise.
All right. I love surprises. Okay. Let's start talking a little bit about when you are in a tasting room. I wanted to do this. It's been a while since we've talked about this.
The etiquette.
Yeah, some etiquette. Actually, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the etiquette.
Okay.
Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, June 28th, the last Friday of Idaho Wine Month, episode 219. When we last talked, and we are enjoying right now this Riesling from Colter's Creek in Idaho here. And Colter's Creek makes some nice wines. So some things we want to do and want to avoid in tasting rooms. What do you got?
Some things to do. Ask questions. The staff is really happy to answer questions and can share more about their wines and their winemaking process and all of that. So monitor how busy they are and let some of the other customers also ask questions. So don't take up all of their time.
That's something that's taken
question after question.
A long time to get to realize that.
Yes.
So then Shelley and I have our own conversation when they're busy. But they really do want to help, and they want to answer your questions.
And then swirl, sniff, and sip. And spit. In honor of Adrian Monk.
Spit? Wait. All right.
So enjoy the wine like a pro. Swirl to release aromas, sniff to appreciate the bouquet, and sip to savor the flavors. And if you want, you can spit, because they generally have spit buckets there.
They do.
We have a spit glass.
Spit bucket. It looks like this. It's our Wine Time Friday spit bucket. I don't think we're going to need it tonight. But by the way, if you are having trouble in getting the aromas or the bouquet or getting the nose on the wine, it could be because the wine's too cold. But it also just could be it's not opened up yet. Cover the top of the glass while you swirl it, and it will trap those aromas in there, and then smell it. And that might help. Just a little hack.
Give it a twirl.
So take notes, and it doesn't matter if your notes aren't up. I shouldn't even say up to the standard of typical wine connoisseurs. It doesn't matter.
Don't have to do
What's
that.
the first thing I said about that blue wine? I'm getting cotton candy in the nose. It was like right in my face. But it's going to be, what you're getting from wine is going to be things that you've experienced in life. Like we talk about Shelley and the swamp stuff aspect. Frogs, exactly. And so, and what we do is take pictures of the label, because that's the way we can remember. What we'll typically do now, if we have a series of wineries we're going to visit in a day, probably no more than 3, to be honest, but take a picture of the entry and have the wine name right there. And then, all the next pictures are going to be from that winery. And then the next picture of a entry is going to be your next series of pictures.
Series of stops, yeah.
Yep. So anyway, and definitely try new wines. If someone is going to pour you a Roussanne, I've never heard of a Roussanne. Now, Shelley's not a huge fan of Roussanne. I don't mind a Roussanne. We have some Roussanne down in our cellar. Probably open. By the way, Lindsay and Brian are in town right now. We might just open a Roussanne while they're here. So there you go. But you don't know until you try it. So definitely try new wines.
Be open to things. If it's a Chardonnay and you don't like Chardonnay, go ahead and try it anyway. It might be done in a different style, one that you like.
That's right.
You never know.
Yep. What else have we got?
And be respectful.
That's also
always be respectful. It's not a place to come in and gulp down the wine and say more.
like in Sideways.
Like in Sideways.
Again. Yeah.
And take advantage of the opportunity to learn more about wine, the different types of grapes, different growing conditions, the way their techniques of growing and winemaking. So different types of techniques. And enjoy the experience.
I mean, why go there if you're not going to have fun?
Mm-hmm.
I've said this to Shelley all the time. You know, if we either go to a theater to see a movie or watch one on TV, I'm going to do my darnest to like it. I want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you go into a new winery with the expectation you're going to take something good out of it, you'll probably have more fun.
Mm-hmm. And do consider joining their wine club if they have one.
Especially, if you like those wines, absolutely. You're going to find out a whole bunch of perks for being in their wine club.
Yep.
Okay.
Some of the don'ts.
Oh, some of the don'ts. Don't go there drunk or don't get drunk. This is not, it doesn't mean you might not at some point feel the effects of the wine, but that really kind of is the separation of folks that want to learn about wine and those that just want to drink. Right. So if you just want to drink, go get some Thunderbird somewhere and
don't do that.
Life's too short.
You can spit, like I said, but you can also not drink the whole pour that they give you. You can taste it and pour the rest out into the dump bucket.
It's not a bad thing. It's not offensive at all. And if you need to, make sure you have either a designated driver or you've arranged for a limousine or something to that. It's a lot of fun, by the way, to do that. But don't do that. Visit wineries sober. Don't be loud or disruptive.
Yes.
That was my John Cobalt impression. I wonder how that's going to turn out.
Because that's stupid.
That's right.
That's also a John Cobalt.
That's just stupid.
That's just stupid.
No, don't. I mean, especially if you come into the winery tasting room with a little bit of knowledge, don't be that person.
And don't touch or handle the wine equipment. It's expensive and you might mess it up, especially if you've been tasting for a while.
That's true. We'd rather you not be rude or demanding. Just this should be a common thing in life. Treat people with kindness. If you're there on a Sunday, these people are working on a Sunday. Again, if you can treat them with respect and kindness, have a sense of humor, man, who knows what they're going to bring to the table? They might like you so much they're like, we just had the staff, and we have a couple sips left, and they pour it in your glass. Man, that's a lot of fun when that happens.
And then don't linger too long. Be mindful that other people want to sit down for a tasting also.
Yeah, I would also say don't bring outside alcohol in.
Yeah. No, I think nobody would do that. But.
Oh, man. Yeah, there are people sometimes do silly things.
The next don't is funny. I'm already laughing at it. Don't tilt your wine glass for the pour, because this is not a beer glass. It's a wine glass. So people who drink beer, they always go like that, so it's not too foamy.
Yep.
And when we're at tastings, we can tell who usually drinks beer and who usually drinks wine.
It's so funny because I'm like, what can we pour you? And they'll point to a wine. Excellent. And then they'll tilt their glass and I'll pour it. I said, so beer drinker, huh? Like, yes. How did you know? And wine. Also,
when you're pouring the wine, you kind of want it to mix up a little. So if you do that, it doesn't get a chance to get mixed around.
Right. There's no foam in this.
Let the bouquet out.
Yeah, exactly. This there's something called a hard pour where you just kind of invert really quickly and you don't pour anymore. You just hard pour it and then come back up. And what happens is it it like Shelley says, it gets that stuff really churned up and gets those aromatics going. You're not going to damage the wine by any sense.
No. The last one, don't be a know-it-all.
I know I kind of said that already, didn't I?
Sort of, yep.
Okay, we're going to take one more break. We're doing really well on time.
Okay, good.
We're just shoving this information in. And when we come back, we're actually going to go to the red part of our red, white, and blue.
A little bit backwards.
Yeah, when we return.
Are we drinking out of a straw because we have no glasses?
You'll have to wait and see. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil, episode 219. And Shelley is very, 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 very
perplexed.
You know what? Before I open this, I'm just going to grab these two wine glasses. Now, there's a reason for this, Shelley.
Okay, is it?
Well, you know what it is.
No, I don't.
Well, we'll be able to line up our red, white, and blue wines.
In their glasses.
In their glasses. Oh, wow. This is one we're semi-familiar with.
Koos-Koos-Kia. It's Colter's Creek. Koos-Koos-Kia. What's the year on this one?
This, do I not have it down there?
2020.
2020. This is by the glass down at Coeur D'alene FRESH. Oh, I didn't show it. There we go. A 2020. I have to back it up and figure out this light situation. Koos-Koos-Kia, like Shelley said. Lewis Clark Valley, estate bottled red wine. Do we have a breakdown of this?
We do. It is 49% Merlot, 27% Cabernet, 14% Petit Verdot, 5% Cab Franc, and 5% Malbec. I don't know why they called it Koos-Koos-Kia.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that out. Oh, I should have read the back of the label. It might say.
Well, hashtag cheersing.
Cheersing. Delicious.
Yeah.
It is delicious. We were at Colter's Creek 3 years ago.
Oh, man. I want to say it was longer.
Maybe.
Yeah, I want to say it was 4 years ago. I don't know.
In 2020?
Maybe. Well, maybe not.
It would have been 2020.
It's either 5 years ago or 3 years ago.
One of those.
Yeah. Actually, it might have been 2021.
Oh, it was 2020. It was 2020 because people were wearing masks. We had to sit outside.
And they wanted us to wear a mask outside, too, but they didn't make us.
No, they didn't.
That's right, because we're in Idaho.
We cannot taste wine with a mask on.
No. Oh, my gosh.
So this pairs well with anything with mushrooms in it, hard cheeses, potato gratin, they suggest, and flank steak, and also a homemade anchovy pizza.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
No, we're not a fan of anchovies.
It's not a pizza, but...
Only because they're so salty.
By the way...
And they feel like they have little tiny bones.
Yeah. Did I tell you the story about my friend that worked at Shakey's and he used to give me a large pizza for $3.50 because of friends and all that stuff? So pepperoni, sausage, and black olives, my go-to for a pizza. It's the best pizza on earth. And it's a really weird taste. And they're back there laughing. He finally says, put anchovies in underneath. I'm like, I want my $3.50 back.
Yeah.
Jim Barrett, thanks for nothing. By the way, CDA Gourmet is not on this episode really anywhere, but I wanted to mention since we brought up pizza, they have pizza ovens.
They have a great pizza oven.
From Gosney that will make a pizza in 60 seconds.
Cook a pizza.
Well, yeah, I guess it takes time to make it, but yeah, to cook a pizza in about a minute. And
that's amazing.
That's pretty good, yeah, because of the heat intensity, and they're only $600 or something like that. These little rock box.
One of them,
yeah,
but one of them is about $1,100.
Right, and I want to say one of them is 16, the big one. Yeah. Anyway, if you are in the market for a pizza fire oven, there you go.
And this is really good. And you can drink this now until 2031.
Really?
So it could be laid down another 6-7 years.
45%, 49% Merlot, almost half Merlot. I'm going to remove these bottles off of our.
So that would be a Bordeaux blend?
Let's see.
Cab
Merlot,
Sauv,
Cab
Petit
Sauv,
Verdot.
Petit Verdot, Cab Franc, Malbec. Yep. Only
Yep.
thing missing, Carmenere, which we had
Carmenere.
last. Oh man,
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
so good. Okay, so let's we go red, white, and blue.
And take mine off.
There you go. And there is our 4th of July. That's pretty fun. Real quick, some things to maybe try this summer.
So many notes here.
Well, let me start out with Torontis. Notes of citrus and stone fruit, very refreshing. We'll go with seafood paella or grilled fish, salads with citrus herb vinaigrettes, grilled chicken or vegetable with herbs. These are all.
Are you going to put all these notes on there? Because
No.
these are good.
Oh,
These are
no.
good notes to have.
No, they'll have to write them down, I think. Maybe. We'll see what the show notes look like.
I think he's going to put them on there.
I guess I am. So the reason the pairings I put down were pairings that would go. It's not. These are not only the best pairings. There are some like cheeses, hard cheeses, things like that. But
Hard
these
cheeses,
are
soft cheeses, creamy cheeses.
right. There are all sorts of things, but I really try to stick with those things you might actually create during the summer.
Okay.
So Albarino, that's fun.
Yes.
It's fun to say too. Albarino.
Albarino.
Crisp acidity and flavors of citrus, stone fruit, and sea salt. We have a Vermentino downstairs. We might be opening that this weekend with Lindsay and Brian. More herbaceous and citrusy with a hint of bitterness and a crisp finish. What's the next one, Shelley? Oh,
Grüner Veltliner.
yeah.
From Austria. Mineral driven with white pepper and green apple flavors.
These are all really good, light wines that aren't Chardonnay, aren't Sauvignon Blanc, and aren't Pinot Gris.
Did you not put a Pinot Gris in here?
I did not.
Oh, no.
Vino Verde, another one of our very favorites. Crisp.
Tiny bit of effervescence.
Yeah, and it's so fun. It's not a full-on sparkler, but these little, it's just slightly fizzy. A lot of fun.
Verdicchio.
Mm-hmm. Also Italy, citrus, green apple, hint of bitterness and crisp finish. Shelley, have you ever heard of this one?
Timarasso.
Yeah.
Have we had that?
We have not. We're looking for it. Saw it on the Wine Text TV. Yep. A white Italian wine grape variety, primarily grown in the Piemonte wine region of northwest Italy. Grilled fish with herbs goes well. But Gary he tasted through like 4 or 5 of these and loved them all.
You forgot a couple on this list, though.
Yeah, like what?
Madeleine Angevin.
Madeleine Angevin,
Zigaribe, yes. I was thinking of another one that you forgot.
Yeah, what is
now it leaves me. Oh. So there's always Pinot Grigio or Pinot Gris. What? What was the other one I was thinking? I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me.
I know what you're thinking. I don't remember either. Some of the reds, like a Pinotage.
Yes, yummy.
South African wine is perfect for those who like smoky flavors. We have a Pinotage downstairs from South Africa.
That's right.
Almost pulled it out 2 times this week. I'm like, no, keeping it down.
We're waiting until we have lamb or sausage.
Well, I mean,
which we hardly ever have.
No, but
we
sausage
can go with smoked or barbecue flavors. So then, Tempranillo.
We just had a Tempranillo not too long ago.
Full-bodied wine with hints of dark fruit. Will go well with grilled chorizo or other spicy sausages or like spicy tacos.
Yeah.
And roasted vegetables or eggplant parmesan.
And then one that we hardly ever talk about, and why not?
Torriga Nacional. That's hard to find.
We may have one downstairs. If not, we drank it, and when I realized what we were drinking, I'm like, oh, darn it, should have kept on. It's from Portugal. It's perfect for those who like a full-bodied wine with hints of black fruit. Not in-your-face black fruit, but hints. Goes really well with grilled red meat, braised short ribs, or other slow-cooked meats. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a fun one. I've never heard of this one either.
Pignolo.
Yeah.
We have not had that. We're just taking recommendations from ChatGPT, I bet.
No, this is Magi.
Oh, no. Well, that would be good. Also, if you can find it. Tannat, but what he did not mention, Tannat's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
It has a lot of resveratrol in it, which is good for your health.
Antioxidants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew we were going to bring that up.
The one who has the most resveratrol.
Yep. I didn't put that on because I knew we would mention that because...
Well, no, you did put it on. But what you didn't mention was the Lambrusco.
Oh, I did not. Why did I not put Lambrusco?
Because Magi doesn't recognize it.
No, but I mean,
Lambrusco is sort of fizzy, but it's not really sweet. So if you could like a little fizz in your wine... It can be sweet, but... It can be, but usually not too sweet. So if you like a little fizz, that's a good wine to have. It goes well with pizza, obviously, and Italian food, and probably tacos.
It's just fun. It's
weird. It goes well with hot dogs.
It's weird to pull a red wine out of the fridge, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it is refrigerated. Yes, so that's kind of fun too.
So can you talk about a little bit what's coming up here starting what? The 1st of July is it's Monday.
Yes.
Wow.
It is. Coming up. First week of July, International Sparkling Wine Week. So this would actually go well then because...
I kept looking.
It's a sparkly blue wine.
It is. So thank you for that, for reminding me.
And then on the 12th, International Cava Day, which is a sparkling wine from Spain. The 25th is Wine and Cheese Day, which is almost every day. Anyway.
We have a blue cheese to go tonight.
Yes. International Shiraz Day is also on that same day. If
we were really smart, we would have hung out with Molly Duker on that one, but it wouldn't have been in the Aussie Wine Month either.
That's true.
Some wines we enjoy this week. Coeur D'Alene Cellars Scarlet Lake. Thank you to Steve Roberge for giving us that for our hard work for the Rotary District celebration. Mm-hmm. Chevalier du Grand Robert, whatever, dry rosé. That's something Shelley picked up. That was really good as well. And by the way, some that didn't make our list, but we needed to. We did have that Lambrusco Grasparoso di Castelvetro.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's a lot of.
You need to take some Italian lessons.
I think so. K. Vintner's The Boy Shiraz, that was really good. Because it's Idaho Wine Month, and again trying to spread the love, we had a Sawtooth Chardonnay that wasn't so bad.
It wasn't bad. It's not even wasn't so bad. It just wasn't bad.
Yeah. Right. Elsom Cellars, Isabella, 2018, in honor of our Izzy.
I think it's their child.
We had a Rocky Pond Estate Syrah.
Rocky Pond has a contest going on. Oh, it might have closed by now.
Oh, darn it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, good.
But they have a contest going on. You can win a girls' getaway. It doesn't have to be a girls' but you're going to a spa if you win.
I think I would be looked down upon from you if I went on a girls' getaway.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Got a Justin Reserve Malbec from our time down in Paso Robles. That was fantastic. So there you go on some of those. Lastly, next week, we're going to sample some wines from Sample.
Sample, yes. Sample is a new kind of wine tasting experience. It's really cool. I love it. But we'll talk more about that next week, right? Next week.
Well, yeah, because whoa, look at
That's
me.
not a good idea.
All right.
You just spilled bubbly on the iPad.
Well, it just came right on out, didn't it? With a little bit of knowledge, and we gave you a lot. Wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. And here's a thought: don't spill wine or a sparkler on your iPad.
Nope, don't drink wine by your laptop.
No, but if you're watching this on YouTube, notice the red, white, and blue. I just poured a little bit more on the blue just for effect. And we'll see you next week when we sample some wines from Sample.
Oh.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you. To health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.